Pop Art Cats. And obviously we love Matt Chessco over there, the artist. And so without further ado, I say you guys are up on deck here. The floor is yours. Happy to have you.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm Matt Chessco, the founder and the artist of Pop Art Cats. And I just want to say I really like your project. I think the concept is really cool and exciting. Janitors sweeping I don't think it gets any better than this. And I think your project is the kind of stuff that could work. And I think you have really a lot of potential. And I'm really happy to be in this space with you guys. I guess I can just talk about like what we're working on right now. All right, we launched like 2 months ago, and since then we've been working on the things we said we were gonna do for the on the roadmap. So we're launching a podcast later this month. The podcast will aim to bring attention to other artists, emerging artists like myself. So um, so maybe I can talk about like why I did this project and then move on to like what's going on right now. So I'm an artist. I have 4 million followers on social media, and I launched this project, like I said, 2 months ago. My goal is to help other artists, emerging artists, talented artists, to get more views and get more attention. And I think it's really hard to live from your art, especially in the beginning. Even though you have a lot of talent, if you only have 500 followers on Instagram or social media in general, people don't really give you the attention that you deserve. And so we want to help artists grow their social media, their network, and their reach. And I used to be a mechanical engineer. I dropped my job 3 years and a half ago. So I got out of college in 2018. I found a job as an engineer. And after 4 days, I was like, you know what? I don't like this job. I don't like engineering. I'm quitting. I'm going to become an artist. And I just told my boss I was going to become an artist. He probably thought I was crazy, but I did it anyway. And for 2 years, I worked really hard to become a full time artist, to start living from my art. And I was living off my savings for a year. And I also had to move away from my family and friends for a year because every week everybody was trying to convince me to go back to engineering. Everybody was telling me that I could easily make like 50, $60,000 the first year by going back to engineering, and I just didn't care because I didn't like it. I mean, money is nice, but if you don't have fun while you're working, there's no point. And so I was just painting on my free time, and everybody was telling me not to do it. And so I moved away from my family and friends. I lived in Montreal, Canada, and I decided to move all the way to the west coast of Canada, in Vancouver. And so that was the summer of 2019. And I went there, didn't have a job there, didn't have any friends or family members there. And I just went there to paint and work on my dreams. And I was painting for like a year. And after like 5 months, I painted the first painting ever I was proud of. And I started posting my art on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, basically everywhere. And I rapidly got a lot of following on TikTok. And I think within like 5 months, I was at 500,000 followers. And if you're wondering how I did it, I invite you guys to check out my videos. My name is Matt Chessco. I'm the founder. You can see my name is in the description of the Pop Art Cats account. And yeah, so I became a full time artist within like 5 months after posting my first video on TikTok. And ever since, I've been making a decent amount of money, been living a really nice life, and I really like what I'm doing. And so I want to help other artists do it. And so that's why I founded Pop Art Cats. So the way we help artists, I mean, there are several ways, but one of them is the podcast that we're launching this month. So if you're an artist and you want to come on the podcast and talk about your art or NFTs you're working on, or basically whatever you're doing, and if it's cool enough for us, we're gonna get you on the podcast. You have to be a holder to ask to be a guest on the podcast. And then we also have YouTube videos that we're gonna start posting later this year. So I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and I want to start making longer content, longer videos. One of our ideas is to create the biggest painting ever. So we want to break the world record, the Guinness World Record, and I don't think it's gonna be the first video, but we're gonna spend $300,000 on the first video, and we'll try to break Guinness World Records as we go, and hopefully we can do like a video every month. And I'd like to become like the Mr. Beast, but of art, and I want to create stuff that's so crazy that nobody can ignore us. And also we're gonna release an annual ceremony for artists. So think of the Golden Globes, or like the Oscars minus Will slapping Chris Rock, but for artists. And if you're an artist and you're doing amazing things, you can apply to become a guest, become one of the winners of the awards at the ceremony. And the ceremony is going to be in real life, and we'll try to find an interesting way to do it, so it's not exactly like the Golden Globes. We want to do something different, something exciting. And so I think that's the three biggest things we're working on. If you go on our Twitter, you can see all of the whole roadmap. I think there is a lot there, but yeah, we're just getting started. Now we're a core team of 6 people, and we have really sharp people on the team. And we're moving our team to a warehouse in a few weeks, so we can work together every day and start working on our crazy YouTube stunts. And so I'm really excited about what's coming up. And I think the floor right now is really low. That's why we fit with the goal with the Janitors project. So I think the floor is at 0.1 right now. And yeah, so I'm really happy to be here. And yeah, that's what we're working on. So I guess if you guys have any questions, we can move on with the questions.
Yeah, Matt, man, really, really thank you for coming on. Not only are you a great artist, but it sounds like you are also a phenomenal marketer. And the way you've marketed yourself to, gain such a following is awesome. I mean, the art speaks for itself, but, even there's a ton of people that are great artists, but it takes a lot of marketing and a lot of creative juice to get that type of following that you have. So whatever you've done so far, you've done a really good job at it. And so Pop Art Cats reached out to me. It was a no-brainer for me. I actually minted Pop Art Cats a while back, and the art is super unique. It's, I don't know how many traits you put into it, but it seemed like every single one was completely different. And so for me, it was a no-brainer that I wanted to have you guys on here, and I wanted to potentially form a partnership. So a little alpha for everybody else who's listening to this. Matt is actually creating a one-of-one Pop Art Cat janitor for our collection that will be able to be minted. And so we are super excited about that. And our artist Flosi actually created something for you guys, Matt, to take a look at. It's really cool.
Freshly pinned, freshly pinned. Go check that out. Flosi the Goatsy.
And we just pinned it up top. It's a little something he drew up. It's really cool. It's got the brooms around the ears up there. So it's something he threw together, and we hope you guys like that.
Yeah.
Nice, man. I love it. I think I
Thanks,
sent
man.
you guys the one-of-one, right?
No, you haven't sent it to
You
us.
haven't.
Really?
I was gonna say I had one roll.
Because I did it. I did it today. I thought I sent it to you.
But don't
awesome.
out there yet, because we want to be a little bit mysterious with it. We've got quite a few artists that are doing one of ones for us, and we don't want to show them yet. We want to kind of make it mysterious throughout our mint, and we want to kind of put out a list of the guest artists that are potentially going to be doing one of ones for us. We have quite a few now, and it's going to be really fun, and it's really cool to see all the different artistic styles that people are creating these janitors, and it seems like a lot of artists are having some real fun with it, which is cool.
Yeah, I'll send it to you later today. I thought I sent it to you, so and I'll keep it a secret, so nobody will
Yeah,
know
perfect.
what it looks like
We love
before
that.
the mint. Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
anybody that's in our server that's listened to us chat about stuff. I mean, we've been kind of coy in the what we call the break room, our main chat place. But as Tercy said, we have some incredible one of ones coming that we aren't going to show until mint. So it's going to be you'll have a 1 in 4 4 4 4 shot. Is that too many fours? Sounded like too many fours.
I think
There's enough fours.
It was perfect amount of fours.
yeah, and so
4,444. You're going to have a handful of these one of ones that are just going to be excellent. It'll be a blast. So
another listener we have in here right now who also has done a one of one for us is Timmy Drift from Logics, which we're super pumped about. He's another fantastic artist. But yeah, so Timmy Drift did another one for us. He actually just requested to speak, but I think it'd be, it's great getting artists together in this community because Iwan from the Crypto Mores said it best. We are kind of in this this art revolution that may be the biggest art revolution we've ever seen, because now all these artists have this brand new platform that they're able to create this digital art, which is actually forming businesses based on their art, around their art. And it's really cool to see, and it's really fun to see. And good artists that are creating good projects, we want to spotlight those. And there are a lot of projects that are rugs, and there are a lot of projects that are not worthy of our time and not worthy of our, not worthy of our time to even talk about or anything like that. But we have these great projects that are undervalued, that are working really hard, these great artists, and we really want to spotlight those.
So we have Timmy Drift request, and then we got two other requested. So welcome, spotlight's yours, Timmy Drift. If you have a word, and then we can have maybe two questions for Pop Art Cats before we move on to the nudie community, who I'm very excited to hear about.
Yeah, I just want to say I love the story, Matt. Like it's a huge risk you took. Quitting your the typical financially stable, well-paying job, and having to move away from friends and family that were trying to convince you to stay there, and focusing on the art. That's yeah, it's amazing you did that. And lots of people, there's lots of great, really talented artists out there that just do art like after their job because they're in a similar situation. So yeah, I think it's a great effort that you're putting together to try to help artists like break out of that cycle of being trapped in the 9 to 5 and not having enough time to do art.
Awesome. Yeah. And I mean, I have laid eyes on the art from Timmy Drift for the genders, and I mean, you guys are going to want to mint what we have just to take a peek at what he cooked up. So,
Yeah, and I second that from Timmy for Matt. I mean, that's a huge inspiration for not only people like us, but like kids that are listening in and possibly being forced to go to school to be an engineer when they don't really want to be. And you're going to help a lot of those people out, maybe find the right path and maybe follow their passion. So cheers to you, man.
Yeah, and it's hard too. It's really hard to do that, like you did, Matt,
It
because
really is.
especially when your family and your friends are all telling you take the secure path. You have all this financial backing. You're going to be secure. You're going to be okay. But what you really want to do is something else that is a risk. It's really hard to do that, and so we definitely commend you for doing that, man. That's really tough.
Thank you.
sure.
And I think there's so many people that like get out of college and then they start working, and like college is so different to the real market. So even though you like studying in school, it's so different when you start working for real. And I think lots of people start working and soon they realize they don't like it. It's not for them. And since they don't have any other plans, they just keep doing it. And and then one day they realize they're like years old and they never got the chance to actually do what they love. And I think I was really bold to take the risk to quit after 4 days and start working on my art. And I hope my story can inspire other people to do it. I don't think I think becoming a full-time artist, especially, or just following any of your dreams, is easier than ever with the power of social media, especially TikTok. I think like with TikTok, you can have like 100 followers, and if your video is super crazy, viral and good, you can get 30 million views in a day. So everything is possible if you have dreams. I would suggest you just start posting on TikTok or even like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Snapchat Spotlight. I think Reddit has the same thing as well now. Yes, so I hope I can inspire people, and thanks for your compliments,
Very
guys.
cool. Yeah, absolutely,
Last
for
thing
sure. So, well, we have two questions, Cersei, and we gotta move on to the other two communities here. So, I want to get to V. We want these other people to speak too. So we got V, and it's me, Mario. We got a couple of seconds here for a question. Go ahead, V. Sorry, V can step up. V was first.
Hi, Tersis. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Hi, Wiley. This is T from the Janitors. I already said this on the Discord, but I just wanted to say it here. Pop art, your story really resonated with me because I studied engineering as well, and by the time I was doing my master's, before I completed my thesis, I was like, I'm not gonna do this. And when I was done with school, I told my mom that I'm not gonna practice. She kept trying to convince me that you just have to. I was like, no, I don't feel like this is what I want to do with my life. And for a couple of years, I did some stuff online, virtual assistant, researcher. And then after like 3 years, I decided to get a job. Let me just like satisfy her. But I didn't get that in engineering. I got that in safety and health, safety, and environment. I did that for 3 years, and while I was doing that, I was knee deep in crypto and just trying to invest. I've always like loved investing since I was 16 years old. So that has always been my passion, and then learning how to write code and all that. And then by December last year, I was like, what am I doing here? Like, this job is not where am I going to be a year from now if I keep doing what I don't love? And then I just like took a leap of faith and said that I'm done with this. Let me just go full time in Web3. And let me not lie, it's been difficult, but I know that I made the right decision taking that step. So what you really said really touched me a lot. So I said I have to come up and speak, because it takes a lot of courage to do something that people think that this person is crazy. Like, you have this safety net, you have this, you can make a lot of money. Why are you going to something that you're not certain the outcome is going to be? So I really, anytime I hear someone talking about how they left something that was certain for something that had uncertainty, I just have to come up to encourage them and give them the boost, and speak, so that other people who are in the same situation can know that it's okay to live life
Love
not
it,
based
man.
on
Oh
what
man,
people expect from
the
you.
vibes
Yeah.
here are just outrageous. Thanks so much. I see you in the Discord often.
Yeah.
And that's excellent, Pop. I mean, Matt, this is your story resonates with a lot of us here, which is so cool to hear. And let's just see if it's me, Mario has one more question before we move along to the nudie community.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me speak.
Of course, T. Take care.
Hopping on.
Yeah.
So thank you. So yeah, I became aware of your project. I actually follow a YouTuber, Crypto C Rod, and he tends to find like programs like and projects really, really early. He told me this is going to be great. This is going to be huge. So I definitely bought just off of the strength. I did have a question regarding, your process with this. What was the inspiration for the cats?
Yeah, I get this question a lot. So before doing the Pop Art Cats, I was painting mainly like celebrities, portraits, famous people. And when I decided to do the NFT collection, I was looking for something new. I wanted to do something unique uh, that was mine, and I wanted to do something that would become like my icon. And in all my videos before doing the NFTs, I always use the words pop art in my titles. So, for example, if I paint Billie Eilish, the video title would be something like I painted Billie Eilish in pop art, or like I painted Justin Bieber in pop art. So I always use the words pop art in all my titles for my videos. And so when I was looking for something, I knew I had to use these words again because they were like part of my brand. And I wanted to add a little touch to it. And I was looking for a third word to use. And I was looking for something that people would remember easily, and something that people would like. And I was like, people love cats, so I'm just gonna use the word cat. And I told my girlfriend, and she didn't like it. And I'm really stubborn, so I was like,
That's
"Fuck it,
incredible.
I keep it." And that's how it became Pop Art Cats.
What a funny ass story too, huh? With all the thought and effort that goes behind it. I love hearing that you just kind of, a lot of people like cats. And
Right.
the lady friend said not so much. Very cool.
Yeah.
Terces, anything before we move along?
Yeah, just last question I have for Matt is, like I mentioned earlier about you being really good at marketing as well. So when you're helping these artists, are you going to be helping them and teaching them how you marketed and what worked for you for marketing? Because I think that's just such a huge key to being successful as an artist in this space.
Yeah, sure. So I think I always give out my advices whenever I talk to anybody. So I think if you're an artist, you just have to find a way to promote your art, whatever you're doing. Try to find a unique way to do it. And I think the best way is to create short videos, post them on TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Snapchat Spotlight, and try to create something that you can just use on every platform. And like, I think that's the short answer to like how you artists can promote their
Yeah.
stuff. But I think there's a lot of technicalities, like how do you make art prints, how do you ship your paintings, how do you package them, and everything else. And so I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it, but maybe we're gonna do like YouTube tutorials and show everyone like how you can actually do the things I just mentioned. So
And
and
of course, and it's a great answer. And if nothing else, if you're listening and this is resonating with you, and I mean, we have these artists in here are absurd, and I can just speak for Flossy. But if you guys want to learn more, hop in the Pop Art Cat server. Get to know these guys a bit because you have a heck of a leader, and Matt, and a lot of good things coming. So excellent first guest. Thanks so much for fielding a couple of questions. Obviously, touching a couple of people that are in the spaces. I mean, myself included. I think a lot of folks will kind of identify with that whole society wants me to do X. I love doing Y type of deal. So, cheers. Happy to have you. I hope you like the one of one that Flossy tossed out for you. It's unreal. And we look forward to seeing yours before anybody here gets a chance to mint it. We get a nice little early access. So,
Oh,
awesome.
I love seeing them. They're so cool. We've had a couple flow in, and they're just awesome. Every
I
single one.
can't. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Mint day is going to be a lot of fun just to tease everybody to see who gets what. So, that was excellent. Thanks so much again to Matt. Check out the Pop Art Cats. Hop in the server.